idealistically in that same approach of worshiping or relating with the divine being called, that we may call God. Now, I also believe in God, but my state of belief is not to sort of, is totally to go solo. Yeah, to go solo. That is solo, not in a sense of oneness of isolating. And no. There's nothing like isolation here when that comes into, But it has nothing to do with that. More to do with not believing and holding on to any book or any written text which has not got the valid and the strong evidence that sort of makes it eligible, to back you in case you go and you present anything, whether you are Islamic or you are a Buddhist or you are Christian, whichever way, and you make your debate and your strong debate, you're using it's not coming from your logical point of view, but it's coming from a written text of Bible, of a Quran, of any book. And there are no guarantees. And you cannot be able to prove your point by these tests of whatever reason you are taking from the test. It becomes useless. It makes you become valueless and your faith become meaningless. Because if you cannot establish what your viewpoints are in terms of the faith that you are claiming of, it is pointless. It is very much pointless. If, let's say, you read a book and it tells you that God is Almighty God, is omnipotent God, you know the words and what they mean. God can create, or God can bring manna from heaven, or God can let rain fall, or God can let the thunder strike. You have said these words which are very much serious and crucial to that person that you are convincing. Now, how are you going to prove this? In the test, there are those who took those paths and they proved it, because they themselves was trying to assure themselves that what they have gone through really means what it means. In the Bible, there's one man called Elijah. He had to call fire from heaven to challenge those who were also demonstrating faith, just like he was demonstrating his faith. He had to call fire from heaven to sort of burn something like a sacrifice, and it happened. Moses, a man also in the Bible, had to be challenged in so many ways that he challenged the spirit that spoke to him, that he says, if I had to go and do that, what is my proof? And he was giving those proof to him as signs, and he used those signs to establish his cause, or his sort of his reason of justifying whatever faith that he had at that moment, or whoever that he had faith in. Jesus Christ of the story of Yehoshua, as it's been presented in the same manner. Now, all these people, that is what the story says that they did. So why should you or me do something different? If you believe in God, I believe that you must be challenged in a sense that is realistic. Now, my belief going solo is in a sense that of which is practical. Now I'm not believing in a man to be God. No. I'm not believing in a spirit to be God. I'm believing that God is both. He's able to be physical and able to be spirit, because you haven't seen him and I haven't seen him. So if I want to say anything to you about God, I need to define him in a way that is provable and is more, the evidence is undeniable. He can be seen, yes, but he's also physical. So why do I say he's physical? If I'm claiming that he created us, then he has the ability to be like us. Of course, that makes me say that. Also, if I say he should be real in a terms that I challenge, I speak in a way of a challenge where I'm trying to present him as somebody who is in every sense has the ability to sort of do all that we may have witness, or in terms of we ourselves, he has the ability to sort of demonstrate anything that we see uniquely before our eyes. Now you might be thinking of it as if a miracle state, but that is not what I'm trying to directly say. Now what I want to say here is, God is somebody who in every sense of your thought, or what my thought might be, is capable, or have done what all the things that we see, that is including ourselves. Now he's in every way ready to he has already proven himself, not necessarily ready to prove himself, he has already proven himself. Now how am I saying that he has proven himself? Me as a person, my source of where I come from, I have come from that end. Let's say the human race, let's say the sun, the moon, the whole universe. We are talking about somebody who has established all these things. So we have already come to acknowledge that there is somebody great in that sense who did all that. Now, the fact of it being true is something that you and I have to come to accept and agree that it has not been visible. He has not been visibly exposed to anybody. So if he hasn't been exposed physically to anybody, what are we to do? Can we go out there and speak on his behalf? I don't think so. If we do, we have to be able to prove. So what would be my defense in that regard of not being able to, if I had to prove him? Now in my situation, there is no defense, because I haven't claimed, neither have I put my presentation, or anybody's any presentation that I have put out there to tell you that he's somebody who physically is supposed to do something for you or do something for me. He's already done all that needs to be done. So if you embrace yourself as who you are, you have embraced the facts of life that is already there. You do not need to be challenged, or you do not need to have another reason of hope in any way. Life is just as you see it. It's a scientific point of view kind of approach, that how you may see it. But most scientists probably won't also believe in the divine God being there, So that is the slight difference that you are seeing here, or you are listening. But in every way, I know there is existence of the Spirit. But the Spirit has been established. And his establishment is the very things we see. In the religious sense, or the Christians, they might say the glory of God. This is the glory. I am part of the glory. The implemented physical things that we see, that is before us, is the glory. His glory. This is the glory that we live in. Now, what sort of miracle do you expect from this? This is the greatest miracle one could ever hope or think about. Now, sickness, death, and all these things, what am I to say about that? That is one thing also. Now, from my viewpoint, it is accepted, because you have no choice. If you decide to say that, as the Bible writes and reveals in Revelations